Yes, people. I'm only about 20, 25 minutes late, but I'm sure you guys can guess why. I'm not going to say why. I'll let you guys in the comments say why or why you think we're late. Now, on a serious level, it's my fault. I was late. Apologize, not ads for once. But look, daily Chelsea news. Going to be discussing everything around the club, of course. Frustrating draw last night. The time that ads tells us, he feels confident for the game. This is what happens. We draw, and it was a frustrating draw. We could have lost. You know what I'm saying? So, ads, first of all, how are you, man?
Oh, good, man. I'm good. I'm fine. What are you saying?
Are you going to be confident again for Liverpool?
Nah, that's the last time I'm confident for a game.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Are you watching the Everton game? Someone's saying they're 1-0 up.
Already, fam.
That's what I'm saying. Guys, everyone that's tuned in, smash the like button as it helps, man. Need as many likes as possible. ASAP. Did Faro have a shower? I have no idea. Go message him that, innit? But look, ads, what went wrong yesterday in your opinion? And is it a bad result overall?
It's a bad result. It's not a terrible result. At least we didn't lose and they didn't go 9 points above us. I mean, it is what it is. I feel like now Thursday's a must win. It was such a frustrating game. It was like, I didn't even think we played terribly. It's just that once again, it's that final shot, that final end product that we're lacking once again. So yeah, we've created the most chances in the league since Tuchel's come in, but we haven't scored the most goals. I don't think we're not even in the top 5, 6 for the most goals since he's come in. So yeah, we've got to improve, man. We have to improve.
Yeah, I mean, what was I going to say? In terms of, if we beat Liverpool, would you be fully satisfied with the last 3 games? Liverpool, United, draw, Atletico win?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you asked me before Atletico, would I take those 2 wins and a draw? 100% you say yes, and I'd be gassed with that. So yeah, I'll take that 100%.
Do you think we need to be focusing on 4th place now rather than 2nd and 3rd? And Liverpool winning their game, of course. I know you made a comment about, it's going to be a scrap for 4th. We should get it, maybe not. What do you think, man? Just focus on 4th now?
Bro, I've told you from 2 months ago, fam. Whenever Tuchel came in, bro, I told you on that day, that big live stream, I was saying, man, they were talking about 2nd, 3rd. Oh my God, man, they were talking about putting pressure on City and that.
I didn't say the City one.
I told you from the first day it's going to be a scrap for 4th. And I said, man, then don't get your expectations up, man, because this is what happens with Chelsea fans all the time. We get too gassed and then the same nonsense happens again. We start losing games and everyone has a meltdown. So I told people, it's going to be difficult to get 4th, and I'd be over the moon with 4th. And you might be like, what? Over the moon with 4th? What are you talking about, man? We got Tuchel now. We got Tuchel. Allow it, man. It's not going to change the players on the pitch, man. I've been saying it.
Still early, man. It's still early. We're going through tough games now. I do believe if we beat Liverpool away from home, we can challenge for that 3rd place, in my opinion. So I'll still stick with it. A few not bad results, but a few average results ain't gonna really change my mind. Tuchel's still unbeaten, first Chelsea manager, to not concede at home. I think 4 or 5 games now. Not even Jose Mourinho done that. So things are still positive overall, just not scoring goals, unfortunately. What did you make of Hakan Ziyech last night, man?
I don't think he was as bad as everyone was saying he was. I feel like in the second half he actually picked up a little bit. He got himself back into the game. He should have scored that chance though, man. I mean, yes. I was watching that with my brothers, and I was just telling them, I was like, listen, you lot, that's game over now. Because as soon as he missed that chance, I was like, yeah, that was our chance to win. He didn't take it. It's going to end the draw. I knew it from that moment. And like, when those big opportunities comes in games like that, you have to score that, man. I mean, or at least do better. At least do better, man. But whatever. In the first half, he was sloppy on the ball. It was his first 45 minutes starting since Barnsley and Wolves. So I don't blame him too much. I feel like in the second half he was better. His link-up play, passing, whatever, got better. So yeah, I mean, I'm not too surprised. I feel like if you started Pulisic, started Havertz, you would have seen a similar thing, because obviously lack of game time. This is why we have to rotate. I mean, we saw Man City swap 7 of their starting lineup against West Ham on the weekend and still win. So I mean, like we got to keep changing the team. Otherwise, we're gonna run these players into the ground, and when you do end up replacing them in the team, the boys that come in aren't gonna be match fit, so they're gonna struggle as well.
Yeah, I mean, look, I was a bit harsh on Hakim Ziyech. I felt he was shocking the first half. I was calling him to get subbed, of course. Second half, he did pick up. I do believe he should have scored that, man. A lot of people saying it was a fantastic save and world class save and all this stuff. Yeah, it was a good save, but it was straight at him, fam. You know what I'm saying, if he hit anyone on the left side, the reason why I have so much high expectation for him in that position is because that left foot is deadly on his day, innit? Like the accuracy, tech, everything's there. So that's why I had proper high expectation. But look, as you said, he's not really played that many games. We have to be a bit more patient with him. I think same with Kai Havertz. When he starts coming into the team, we're gonna have to be patient, man. What do you make of Mason Mount's amazing run into the box, man? Why did he not shoot?
I don't know. I feel it's like because McTominay was actually covering the ground quite well, and then he actually ended up getting side by side with him by the time he entered the box. So I just feel like he felt that McTominay was on his shoulder. He had to check back, and he actually done a nice chop. But then I don't know, from there it has to be a left foot or outside the foot finish into the far corner. It just looked like a tired shot to me. And he kicked it right to here, but it just looked like a tired shot, man. But yeah, man, I feel like he should have shot earlier. Did you see the Tielemans goal against Arsenal? He done the same thing. He ran down that right channel and just smashed it across goal in the far left corner. I feel like he should have done something like that, but it is what it is, man. Those things will come. He's still young.
Yeah, I mean, look, Arsenal won away from home against Leicester. Were you surprised with that?
Nah, I expected that. I can't lie.
Huh?
No, I expected it. After that Benfica result was a big one for them. Obviously, Leicester had their injuries as well, and Arsenal were buzzing off that Benfica game. So I actually had a feeling they were going to win, man. I wasn't too surprised.
I thought maybe a draw, but 3-1 is quite convincing by Arsenal. Yeah. That was a good result for them. They might even catch Chelsea. I think if Everton win tonight, they go ahead of us as well.
No, they got a point behind us.
Is it?
Yeah.
But they got like 2 games in hand or something, probably.
No, 1-1.
So it's not looking good for Chelsea, man. What about Liverpool? I've not even looked at the league.
Liverpool, a point behind us. 1 point behind us.
So no basically everyone's going to be a point behind us. That's what it is now. Willian to assist, man. I think he's got more goals and assists than Hakim Ziyech and Pulisic together or something. I saw some stupid stat on social media, and now Arsenal fans are talking about this stat, man. Willian, fam. What are we making of Willian?
Just let them have their fun, bro. Honestly, fam. Just let them have their fun, bro. They know how dead Willian's been all season, fam. So, of course, they're going to try buzz if he gets a couple of assists, fam. Let them be, fam. I feel sorry for Arsenal fans. They can't talk about clubs in that anymore, fam. They can't compare their clubs, so they have to go for these little petty individual arguments and stuff, saying Saka, Hudson-Odoi, Willian, and that. They can't talk about clubs no more because them men are so dead, fam. I ain't even got time for Arsenal fans no more.
No, I agree with you, man. Look, I was going to talk to you about the penalty, man. Penalty claim, sorry. Was it a penalty?
I don't know, people dragged it, bro. People were trying to say it's a stonewall penalty and whatever. I didn't think so, fam. I don't know. I didn't think it was a penalty. Maybe
because it's Starboy, or
maybe with the modern rules and whatever, fam. Maybe it is, but I don't care, fam. It's revenge for what happened at Old Trafford last time, fam. So United and Ole can keep quiet, bro.
Yeah, bro. The guy got triggered a lot, Like
the guy was website and all sorts, fam. I don't know what happened to him yesterday, fam. He lost his head big time. He lost his head.
That's you say those kind of things when you're proper under pressure. I don't know why he's saying that.
I think it is. I think it's because obviously these men have been struggling in the top 6 games. They've only got 1 goal against the top 6 this season. So people are starting to draw him out about it, innit? So I feel like that's getting to his head that it's got another game by and he still hasn't scored against the top 6.
I'm not gonna lie. I think they're gonna surprise people against City. I know everyone's gonna be laughing at me for saying that, but I feel like they're gonna get some lucky result against Man City. I don't know how, but trust me.
I can see that as well. I can't lie. I got a dodgy feeling about that, man.
I don't know when it was, whether it was last season or the season before. I think they came back, Pogba, Cazilla's boy.
That was actually 3 seasons ago, I think. Yeah, 3 seasons.
3 seasons. That's the only game I remember.
It was Conte's 2nd season.
Say no more. All right, listen. Let's talk about the main topic today. Tammy Abraham dropped from the squad. Obviously, your main guy. the one that you're saying that is proper world class and future Chelsea number 9 and that D-Day Drogba celebration. What do you make of that, man? First of all, dropped from the squad.
For me, I'll be real. I don't think it was that deep, fam. I wasn't too mad about it. I didn't really care, fam. It's like we got a big squad. We got a lot of players. Right now, he wouldn't have come off the bench anyway, man. Let's be real. He'd just be a wasted sub. I know people were saying 2 left backs and whatever, but then they're all wasted subs, man. Tammy was never going to get onto the pitch regardless. So, I mean, to me, I've seen Hudson-Odoi score in Champions League games midweek, and then 4 days later, he's not in the squad against United. I think he went in the squad against Spurs as well. So, man, I don't know why no one was really buzzing on Hudson-Odoi. I think it's because we were playing very well back then. That's when we were in a good form and whatever. But it doesn't matter, man. You've got to keep it consistent, man. Because now I'm seeing people complaining about Tammy, but these are the same people saying Tammy's not good enough and stuff. So I don't know why people are angry if they don't think he's good enough, and then they are angry that he's not on the bench. I mean, he started 2 Premier League games on the Tuchel, and he's been taken off at half-time twice, bro. It's a bit of a madness.
I mean, I see what you're saying, but at the same time, they're saying that he's not taking the decision lightly. It seems like it's affecting him.
I think it's just speculation, man. Come on, it's like who's gonna know 24 hours, even 12 hours later? That's probably when the reports were released. Who's gonna know how Tammy's feeling, man? He's not speaking to any of the press. I think it's just all speculation. People want to be the first to break these stories about him not signing a new contract and going to other clubs and whatever, man. He's just got to knuckle down, bro. So what if he wasn't in the squad for 1 game, man? Tell him knuckle down and try harder next time, bro.
Yeah, but when he was announced that he was dropped, Matt Law came out saying he might be injured and that. Most of the journalists were saying that he could be injured. Chelsea didn't really say anything. And, basically, their sources basically saying they've got it wrong. You know what I'm saying? Injury.
Yeah, Tuchel said he wasn't injured, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but I'm saying before, when the lineup first came on, everyone was like, "Where's Tammy? Where's Tammy?" Obviously, we had 2 goalkeepers and stuff. The reports came out immediately that he was injured. So obviously, all these guys reporting on it have got it wrong. So it's a bit peak still. Hopefully, we still do need him for sure, man. I feel like even Giroud's party is now over, man. We keep saying this, like one day the guy's popping. Man like Giroud scores an amazing goal, world-class goal, and we're saying, yeah, give him a chance. And then he doesn't really perform at that level again.
I've been saying that. I don't know, bro. I don't like our fan base too tough, man, because I've been saying this the whole time, bro. Like, I don't even think he's had a good performance under Tuchel, if I'm being real. Like, he's had good moments, and obviously that Atletico Madrid goal was a big moment, bro. But if you're actually talking about his overall performance, I still don't think he's had a good one under Tuchel, fam. So I don't know why people are trying to get excited like he's the best striker in the world. I still want him gone in the summer. If I'm being real, I still want him gone. So yeah, just let these last months be his last few, and then get rid of him in the summer. Get him off the wage bill.
He's open to staying, though, man. Why would you not want him to stay?
Cause, bro, it's the same old with Giroud, bro. Like, I'd rather get him off the wage bill, go sign a better striker, man. At the end of the day, he's not a clinical striker. He's good as a replacement, but people get excited. They see 1 goal against Madrid, like, yeah, Giroud, he's the man now. He's got to start, link up play, finishing, everything. Yeah, Giroud's the man. And then he goes and stinks it up again, man. I feel like that Hudson-Odoi crush, he's got to do better there, bro. Yeah, that's the chance he's waiting for, man. He has to wait. He has to be prepared in the positions for
his chance. Bro, hurt his back.
I don't care if he hurt his back, man. He's a 34-year-old, bro. He can get over it, man. He's a big man, G. Look at the size of him. The post was probably more effective than he was, G.
Bro, I swear he was like the biggest fan of him. Before Tammy days, I'm saying. I swear he was the biggest fan of him.
Nah, I'm a fan of Giroud, bro. I like the way he played, but I just think he's past his best years now, man. In terms of his whole career, he's been a very good player. He's got big moments in him. He's just never been that striker to score you a lot of goals in that, man. So, come on, bro. You know yourself. He doesn't drop good performances like that overall. Like, in terms of his whole game, I think he actually regresses the way we play a little bit. But whatever, man. For me, I think we should have started with Werner, Highline, bring on Giroud if you need to cross it for the last 20 minutes. And that's the role he has to play in this team.
Yeah, why do you think he didn't start Werner or bring him on a lot earlier, actually?
For me, it's because obviously we played Kante in the middle to lock off Bruno, and then that's what he done. Kante was very good yesterday, especially in the second half. A couple sloppy moments in the first half, but in the second half he patterned. So he was good in the second half. And then you take Jorginho out of the team for him. So then you need a player like Ziyech to get a bit more control on the ball, come in pockets and spaces, come a little deeper to collect the ball, because that's what you need someone to do when you're taking Jorginho out, create passing lanes and whatever. So then I feel like Giroud on merit started because of the goal that he scored against Atletico. And usually Ole against the top 6 sides. This is the first time really, but usually against the top 6 side, Ole sits deep, counter-attacking, whatever. Remember the other day in the stream on the preview, I told you, I was like, the only way Ole has a chance in this game is if he comes out and press us. And fair enough, he got a result, fam. Because if they just sat back here and watched us have the ball the whole game, I'm telling you, we would have won. But yeah, like I said on Saturday, Friday, whenever it was, I was telling you guys that if they come out and press us, they can get a result from that. So fair enough, Ole got it correct to an extent. He got his point and he got out of there. But yeah, usually these men sit deep. He probably wanted Giroud to bully, but maybe Ole saw Giroud starting and he's like, okay, we can step up on this guy, and he's not going to make any runs in behind, so we can step up on him, step up to the halfway line. We don't have to sit deep when he's here. So yeah, that's why I'm guessing.
Yeah. Man, Ryan, what are you telling me, man? No. Ryan, you there?
Oh, right, my mic was on mute. Can you hear me now, yeah?
Yeah, how are you, man?
I'm good, man. I'm not too happy after the United result, but I'm good in general, man.
Yeah. What'd you make of Giroud last night, man?
I just don't think he was good in it. I feel like Oli was kind of smart in playing a high line, because I think if he played a Werner or if he played an Abraham, then I think they definitely would have sat deep. But I just think because he played a high line, I just don't think, like, I'm not making excuses for Giroud, because I just think he was poor in it. I think he was unlucky with a chance Hudson-Odoi gave him, because he was so close to getting it, but that's just Giroud in it. Like, he is a bit slow. So if he was a bit faster, he probably would have got there.
Do you think Tammy would have scored that?
Maybe, but it depends in it, because Tammy might have not even made a run. He might have came short or something. So you never know. But if he was in Giroud's position, he probably would have got that in it, because he's got more pace, he's got more legs on him. But maybe he would have went offside. Maybe he would have not made the run. So you never know in it. But if he was in Giroud's position and it was purely down to pace, I think he definitely would have got there, because he's a lot faster than Giroud. But I think in general, Giroud, I just don't think that the high line didn't help him in it. And I think every time he got the ball, he just couldn't really influence the game like that. Like his hold up play, Maguire and Lindelof were on him, and he kind of ruined our press as well because of how slow he was. And I think Tuchel thought that Tuchel thought that they were gonna sit deep, so we didn't really need to press as much. But that didn't happen in it. So I think he kind of ruined our press because of how slow he was. But yeah, I wasn't impressed with his performance. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Yeah, and is the draw a massive 2 points dropped, or if we beat Liverpool away, is it fine overall?
I think it's definitely 2 points dropped for me, and yeah, I think if we beat Liverpool, it will kind of make up for it. Also in the manner if we beat Liverpool, but I just wasn't happy with the draw, because United had big players out like Cavani, Pogba, and they didn't have Bailly playing, and I was just thinking like we could have had a hold of the game, and I don't know, man. I just feel like it's always something to do with the final third, which frustrates me, because we were good on the transition as well. Kante was excellent defensively. Kovacic was excellent defensively. Our whole back three was very, very good defensively. Chilwell was decent going forward as well, especially in the second half. Reece James put some nice crosses in. But it's just anything to do with the final third. It's anything bad that happens in our team is always to do with the final third. Sometimes we get there and we slow down, so Man United get back into position. Sometimes the final ball just isn't good enough. Sometimes that we're not clinical enough and the finishing isn't good enough. Sometimes the ball's overhit. And it's just always something to do with the final third. I don't think it's just one problem, like us not being clinical or us not making enough clear-cut chances or anything. I just think it's a collective.
What about the formation? What about the formation? Do you question the formation now?
A little bit, but I don't know. I think Tuchel Tuchel really wants to be defensively solid, and especially with Thiago Silva not there, I think he'll just tweak something in the attack. Like he might put a Havertz and a Werner starting. He might do something in training, or he might play maybe a winger at wing back at times or something like that. But I don't think he'll change the whole formation completely because it's making us very, very solid defensively, and it's giving us a lot of defensive stability. And I'd rather win games 1-0 until Tuchel changes it and draw games 4-4, but it'd be a good match. You get me? So I don't know. Maybe it's needed, but I understand if Tuchel doesn't want to do it. If he can make it work in a back four, I'd love it because I think we create a lot more chances. But dropping that one defender, I'm not, especially as Thiago Silva, because he's getting old now. His recovery is going to take longer. I'm not looking to see something like a Rudiger and a Christensen back two. You get me? So we'll see. And I think he'll try to just tweak something in the attack, but I don't think he'll change the whole formation.
Yeah, what do you think as well, man? Formation.
You know my thoughts on a formation, man. Like, I don't think this whole five at the back is sustainable for too long. I think we see some short-term success out of it, but in the long run, if you're talking about next season, whatever, teams will start working us out. Our play becomes one-dimensional. We're just going down the flanks, doubling up on the full-backs and getting crosses in and whatnot. So, yeah, like I said, fam, in the summer, I want Tuchel to. I don't think there's any point now. The season's not far from over, and we're not conceding a lot of goals, defensive solidity and whatever, man. We might as well keep it for now. But in the summer, I definitely want to see Tuchel in pre-season trying and testing different formations, different systems, and then going hopefully with a back four next season so we can get more attacking players in the team, more goal scorers in the team and whatnot. So, yeah.
Yeah. Carl, what are you telling me, man?
What are you saying, bro? You're right.
Yeah, I'm good, man. Obviously, you got one of your wingers started yesterday, Hakim Ziyech, of course. Poor first half, I'd say, but second half done okay. Should have scored, in my opinion. What do you make of his performance yesterday?
I think first off, he was a bit shaky still. I'm not even going to lie because, like, he just looks so lightweight. Does he think this is the Dutch league or something? Like, he just gets bullied off the ball so easily. Like, it's a bit frustrating as well because, you know, like when you got such high hopes of a player and you know, like, they got bags of potential, but they just let you down week in, week out. It gets to a point where I can't defend him anymore. I wanted him to play because of the creativity he brings to our team. But yes, he cost us the game in a way, but it wasn't all his fault because if he scores that chance, we win the game. So
yeah, I mean, have you learned personally a lot from his game yesterday for your own game?
Yeah, hit the gym more.
In the gym more. Say no more.
The thing with Ziyech, is I don't think he's dead, and I don't think he's like necessarily great. I think if they were to sit back, I think we would have saw a much better performance from Ziyech. But I think because of the pressing and the amount of time, because Ziyech is good when you give him time with the ball to make a pass. But I don't know. I just feel like also we lack cohesion. You need that chemistry when the ball's coming to you fast and you're trying to counter attack. And there was one where we were on the break and then Hudson-Odoi made a run inside and he hit it on the outside and he just kicked it out of play. So it wasn't really much cohesion. So I don't really think Ziyech should have started, but I think it's the same case with Giroud where the high line from Maguire and Lindelof didn't really help him in it. But the chance he really should have scored, in my opinion. Like, I get it was a very good save from De Gea, but I still feel like it was a little bit too central.
It was straight.
Yeah, he should have picked one corner, like, because if he did, it would have been a lot harder for De Gea to save. And if he scores that, it's moments win you games. You get me? So he really should have been scoring there. But second half, he was decent in it. I wouldn't say he was spectacular, but he was okay. But I don't know how he stayed on the pitch for so long, and I don't know how he wasn't the second substitution after Reece James. You get me? I can't believe it was Giroud instead of him. I think Werner should have came on for him a lot. What's it called? A lot quicker, and or maybe even a Havertz. But first half was poor. Second half was okay.
Yeah, second half end to end was okay. Ads, obviously, you're saying fight for top four only, fourth place. Yeah, is that what we're gonna stick with?
Yeah, man. I've been saying it for time, bro. So be over the moon with fourth, bro. So we just got to stick with that, man. It's not even looking that likely right now, but we'll have to see in the next few games.
Yeah, Carl, what do you think, man? Prediction?
Fourth is the best we can achieve. If I'm honest with you.
I swear you said second a few weeks ago.
When? No, I never said second. I said fourth is the best we can achieve. Because like he's only like just come in. He's still just come in. Like it feels like he's been here for like so long, but he's only just come in. We have to remember that and take that into consideration as well. Especially when we judge him as well. Like,
so we've got two
I don't think
fourths.
we can expect a lot from him, to be honest.
Yeah, Ryan, where do you think we'll finish now?
As well.
I still think third.
Really?
I think I don't think we're favourite for it, but I think second is way too optimistic. But I think we can still get third. You get me? Because we know Leicester kind of Leicester. I feel like the injuries are gonna hit them, man. They've got Harvey Barnes out and Madison and stuff, and Liverpool as well. They're getting back, so as well. But you know what can happen with their shaky defense, and I think we can't be too reactionary off this result. Because one thing I trust in Tuchel is he's not afraid to change it. So if things aren't going well with his back five, I can see him changing to a back four and making something work. And sometimes with the players, when you're not liking playing in a formation, sometimes if you change it, they're more refreshed to it. So I trust Tuchel to change something if things aren't going well. So that's why I don't think, like with Maurizio Sarri and especially with Conte and with Lampard towards the end with that 4-3-3, they were all kind of stubborn with their formations, and the players kind of got a bit annoyed with it because you're playing in the same formation, same tactics, and you keep on losing. But I think Tuchel has the ability to change it, and that could really refresh some of our players. So I trust Tuchel to get us third.
Love that positivity, man. I hope it comes out right somehow. Okay, 100%. I totally agree with you. Ads. Early prediction for Liverpool, man. Obviously, he was confident last game. Are we going to get the same energy?
1-1, bro.
1-1. Carl?
It's gonna be another boring game if I'm honest.
No,
like
Liverpool will open us up.
No, man, probably like a 0-0 draw or something like that. We'll struggle to create again. So
Bro,
I just get 0-0 again.
Bro, we've got Tammy, Hakim Ziyech. What are you talking about, bro?
Bro, fix up, man. Fix up.
Ryan, what do you think? Prediction, man?
I think it'll definitely be a more high scoring game than United because I think Liverpool will probably come with the high press. It's going to be interesting to see Tuchel versus Klopp because I won't say the same managers, but they're similar in terms of their pressing and stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see that. I think it'll be very tight, but I think we'll nick it with a 2-1 win, mainly because I think the key to that is playing Kai Havertz and Timo Werner because I think what's it called? I think they got two new centre backs. They're probably gonna play. Who's that guy? Kabak and the other
Kabak.
one.
Nat Phillips.
Nah,
They haven't really
Fabinho's
got
back.
chemistry.
Fabinho's back.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Well, Kabak and Fabinho, they haven't really had a stable centre back partnership. So whoever they play won't have much chemistry. And I think the only person who can really probably find Timo Werner's runs on a regular is probably Kai Havertz. So if he plays, I think Timo Werner, we know he makes a lot of runs and it's gone unseen. So I think Kai Havertz will definitely make that. And I think he'll probably create a lot of chances. And I know Timo Werner won't be clinical with it, but I think he'll put one or two away. So I think we can nick it 2-1. And I think, especially if we stick with a back five, and maybe even if Thiago Silva comes back, even though it's unlikely, I think our defense will be pretty solid. And we've seen their attack this season been a bit selfish. So that could catch up to them as well. So I'm feeling, I wouldn't say confident, but I'd say optimistic. I think we can win. I think it'll be 2-1 as long as Tuchel gets his game right.
I like that, man. I like that. I need to hear that positivity. 2-1 away from home, following a boring draw. It's good to hear that, man. Liverpool, do we think they're officially back now? Or is it too early to say, Ads?
Bro, I still see Liverpool finishing above us. I can't lie. The only thing I think is Leicester will drop out, but I still see Liverpool finishing above us, to be honest. So yeah.
So Liverpool finish above us, sorry, and then Leicester drop out and we come fourth.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think that's what's going to happen. I think we'll finish fourth. Leicester will drop out, come fifth or something, But yeah, bro. I don't know, man. I don't think they're back. But no, let's not get ahead of ourselves because it's just Sheffield, fam. Everyone slaps at Sheffield, but apart from United, but yeah, bro. I just don't see them losing 5 games in a row at Anfield, fam. I can't see that happening, bro. Not 5 in a row at Anfield, man. They're gonna be up for it on for Thursday. It's a big game. If they win, they go above us and whatnot. So yeah, 5 games in a row at Anfield is a bit mad. So I don't see them losing.
Wait, have you lost all 4?
Let's see. Let me check.
Yeah, they lost. Yeah, they have. They lost 4
They
in a
lost
row.
to Burnley, innit?
Burnley, Brighton, City, and there's one more.
West Brom.
That means
And
we're
Everton as
definitely
well.
not winning. We're definitely not winning.
I
Yeah, we're
don't think-
definitely winning. 100%. 100% we're not winning, fam. I'm being positive with a draw, fam. I can't lie.
Who's this?
There's-
Anyone know who this is? Who's
That's
that?
Defo Matt Burner account.
No, but Matt doesn't type like that. It's weird.
Oh, yeah. Man, he goes
Father.
It might be Father. I'll be surprised if it's actually no wait. It's Loftus Cheek, so it has to be Matt. Matt loves Loftus Cheek.
Yeah, I like it. So. I think it'll be very tight still. I don't think any team will like keep completely dominating the other. I just think it'll, especially with Tuchel versus Klopp, will be interesting to see. But I just think it'll be really tight. But I think because I just feel like the defense will let them down because I think any centre back partnership they put up won't have too much chemistry, and I think Tuchel will probably know because what's his name? Werner had a very good game last time when he played against Liverpool, and he always looks like he wants to prove a point when he's playing them. So I just think we'll edge it in it, and I think we can. I won't say rely on our defense, but I think they'll be solid in it. But yeah, I don't think Liverpool are back, because like Liverpool started their bad run of form. Like when was it against Southampton? So they lost 1-0 against Southampton, and then they beat Aston Villa's under-16s 4-1. And then they drew to Man United 0-0. Then they lost to Burnley 1-0. And then they lost to Man United 3-2. And then they beat Tottenham away 3-1. And then they beat West Ham away 3-1. And then they lost to Brighton away 1 at home 1-0. And then they lost to Man City 4-1. And then they lost to Leicester 3-1. Then they beat Leipzig 2-0. And then they beat Everton. And then they lost to Everton 2-0. And they beat Sheffield United 2-0 as
2-0.
well. I don't think they're back. Like it's too early to say. I can only say they're back if they win like 3 or 4 games on the bounce, because like they won games before in their bad spell this season and then they've gone back to losing. So I can't say they're back, but we are charity FC, so I wouldn't put it past us to lose or draw. But I just think I'm confident. I'm not confident, but I'm optimistic in it. I think we can edge it. It'll be really tight.
All right, man. Look, I appreciate all your positivity on the channel. Man. I really, really need it because obviously Ads was confident last game, and now he doesn't want to be confident again. So I really need that. But Carl, you was telling me Liverpool are, the next big thing following their win last game. I was a bit surprised at that. You telling me on Instagram DMs.
I never said that, bro.
Huh?
Bro, I never said that. Come on, man, stop capping. I never said
Bro.
Liverpool big thing after their win.
Bro, you said Liverpool will slap us up.
I beg, fix your boy. Fix your boy.
Alright, Carl, listen, I told Tammy Abraham to give you advice again, bro. You need to calm yourself down, G. You know what I'm saying? What do you make of Money Mace very quickly, Carl, man? Obviously, he made that amazing run in the box. I already asked Ads this. Why didn't he shoot, man?
For me, the thing with Mason Mount is everything's so good about him until he gets to the final third. And it looks like he just freezes. It just looks like he just freezes. Like everything's so good about him. Like his tech on point, dribbling, everything. It's just that final end product, yeah. To decide whether we draw or win, it's not there. And I think that will come with more experience and more game time.
How much more game time, man? Because he plays every single game, G. Doesn't he need a break?
Like more experience because he's only been on the scene for about a year.
2 years now.
I don't count Derby. I'm counting Chelsea.
Yeah,
1.5 years
A year
then.
and a half.
Yeah, a year and a half. So like, it'll just come with like gradually he'll get there. Like when he gets older, he'll get there gradually.
Money Maze, fam. He's watching this. He's gonna big you up when he sees you in the academy soon, man. Ads, you saying Mount will become one of the biggest things at Chelsea, biggest players now.
he can. He's been our best player this season, man. I think Mount's destined for greatness, bro. He's gonna be a real player one day, fam.
Yeah, just very quickly, it is Matt. We have confirmations, Matt, bro. So guys can't join. Big up you guys. Matt will come on soon, I'm sure. Maybe tomorrow or for the Liverpool preview. Yeah, I just need to see Mount score a few more goals, man. He just needs to be a bit more clinical in the final third. Now let's talk about Tomori. Oh, 50-50. I don't know if you've been seeing the clips for AC Milan. His defending has been immense, very, very good. But there was a bit of criticism in terms of allowing defenders to run in behind for him to make the recovery. Ryan, what did you make of Tomori's? Have you been watching Tomori recently? Or you haven't been watching him? Sorry.
I'll be honest, I haven't seen full games of him, but I've seen like his highlights and stuff. And to me, I don't get why they put a buy option. Like I get like at first when I heard Tomori was leaving, I was fuming and stuff. But like I looked into it and I saw like analysis of him, and there was some gaps in his game. So I get that you might want to put him out on loan, but there's no need to put a buy option now. AC Milan probably think they can nurture him to be a very good centre back for them. So I just don't think we should have put a buy option on him, man. Because I think there is some gaps in his game. Like he does come out a little bit and leave space in behind, but I think he can become a very good centre back. And Italy's like the place for defending as well. So I think he'll get better and better, and he'll come with experience as well. Like he's a young guy, so like defenders as they get older as well, they normally become better unless you just rely on your pace. But I think Tomori has good tackling and decent awareness as well. So I think we should never have put a buy option on him. And I pray they just don't activate the buy what's it called? The buy clause or something.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Obviously, Maldini, according to reports, already looking into trying to snap up a discount on the 24 mil.
I don't think Mourinho, but
Yeah, I said Mourinho from together. Fam. I rate that. I know you miss Mourinho, bro. You support Tottenham.
No.
Well, I agree with you. I don't think Mourinho will do it as well.
I think Mourinho will be like, so what? You don't want him? Tomori, man, come back. And I think Tuchel might wanna, what's it called? He might want him back as well. You never know because of the high energy he plays as well. He's calm on the ball as well. So I don't know. Maybe Tuchel will want him as well. Depends on him and depends on the ball and that. And if they really rate him and think, yeah, we made a mistake in putting that buyback option. What was it? Buy option on you, and we want you back.
Option to buy. Yeah.
To buy. Or they're just like, nah, we don't need you, bro. You can go at anything above 20 million.
Yeah, just very quickly, got another donation here. Sam Jovi, as always, thank you for always supporting the channel. Really appreciate it. I think Silva has been our best player. I think we all agree with that. He makes all those around him better. I think we all agree with that. Mane has been consistent, yes, but hasn't made around those around him better. Carl, what do you think of that?
He's a young guy.
Well, Mount hasn't plays around him better.
Yeah, plays around him better.
That's not his job. He doesn't have to, that's not his job. He doesn't have to make players around him better, to be honest.
Why not?
Right, his first job, first and foremost, is to perform week in, week out. Not to get the best out of other players. That's the manager's job.
Jeez. Man like Chelsea Academy giving advice out here. Jeez. I rate that. Straight up. Ryan, what about you, man? What do you think of that?
I agree with everything, except for the last part in your life. I think he is a young guy as well. He's 23, and I think I expected Thiago Silva to make our defenders better around him as well. But and yeah, he has in it. But I just think I'm impressed with Thiago Silva as well because of the way he's just adjusted to the league. Because a lot of people questioned his pace and his physicality for this league, and he's not been phased. He's been like, I'm a world class centre back. I don't need to adjust. And yeah, I definitely think Thiago Silva has been our best player because his influence and his presence is just so good, and he's made Zuma look like a very, very good centre back. You get me? So I definitely think Thiago Silva has been our best centre back, but nothing to take away from that. I think he's been very consistent this season.
Yeah. What do you think, man?
Yeah, yeah. Silva's been quality, isn't it, man? Yeah, he's made everyone around him better, but obviously our defense is still looking good without him as well. So you got to take that into account as well. I think, yeah, like Carl was saying, it's the manager's job. It depends on the manager how the team looks better, what system they're playing in, and whatever. I think a lot of our players looked worse than the Lampard. So yeah, man, I don't know. For me, Mount's been the best though because just the consistency, man. Every single game, consistency, quality performances, bro. Improving every time as well. Looking more confident on the ball as well. Showing a bit more flair, a little bit more swag on the ball as well. I don't know, man. For me, him and Mount have definitely been top two, but I think Mount just edges it just for the sheer consistency, man. Playing week in, week out. I know Silva's when he comes back from, I think when he comes from international break, he doesn't play. He's missed a few games. Obviously, he can't keep up with the tempo every single game at his age. He's had the injury now as well. So just the consistency from Mount, he's best player this season.
Do you think he needs to score goals though, man?
Yeah, of course he needs to score goals. But like I was saying on the previous stream, scoring goals is the hardest thing to do in football, man. And this will come with age. Like it's not easy for him to just start bagging in header goals at the start of his career, man. This is all going to come. You need some individual brilliance. You need to time your runs into the box better. It's not an easy thing to score goals, man. It's very difficult, bro. So yeah, his goals aren't terrible for Chelsea. I don't think. As long as he hits around 7 to 10 Premier League goals every season, I'm happy with that at this age.
Yeah, we've got another donation from Sam Jovi. Thank you again, bro. If you put Prime Zidane in that midfield, he would make Abraham look world class. I love how you put Abraham in there. A best player being the team's. What's that word?
Fulcrum.
Thank you. Should make everyone better. What do you make of that, Carl?
I agree, but I disagree to a certain extent. Because when we had Eden Hazard, yeah, you could see like he made players around him like better. Like, for example, he made players like Morata look decent at times. Like, you remember when they were playing two up front, when we played 3-5-2 with Conte? Hazard and Morata up front. Morata was decent. But then sometimes I used to look at it in a different perspective because I said, I don't think it's the job of a best player. I think you just have to take more responsibility. You have more responsibility on your shoulders, being like the main guy in your team. You're at the foot, you're center stage of your team, so you just have to perform for your team. I don't think you have to carry around you.
Big statement there, Ryan. What do you think of that one, man?
What's it called? First of all, you gotta give respect to Mark. Like whatever anyone says, you have to give respect for Mark for even being in that conversation of our best player. I don't think he's been our best player, but a lot of people do, and that shows how good he's been this season. At the age of 23, was he 23, 22? He's been our. Some people have called him our best player. I think you have to give him respect for that. And I never expected Mount to make our midfielders better. Like I'm expecting players like at their age, I'm expecting players like Kovacic, Kante, and Jorginho to make players better, not players like Gilmore and Mount in the midfield. So that's why you got to give respect to Mount. But I think Thiago Silva's definitely been our best player for me in it because I just think he has that calming presence. Like so many times our team's panicking and stuff and they're playing loose balls and stuff, especially at the start of the game when Thiago Silva gets the ball. Gets the ball and he just calms everyone down with his composure and stuff, and he's even made Zuma look a lot more calmer on the ball as well. Like Zuma used to panic a lot on the ball and with his first touch and stuff and not accurate passing, and Thiago Silva's just like made him look calm with the ball, and he's played left centre back and right centre back in a back three. So I just think he's been super consistent at a high level performance, and he's just consistently being world class for us as a centre back. And I just think you have to give respect for Mount for being in that conversation. But Thiago Silva's just been immense for us this season.
Yeah. And what do you make of that super chat as well, man?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a bit of a point, but you've got to remember that Thiago Silva's 36. He's played with all these world-class players, all these big games, all the big stages. So, of course, people are going to listen to what he says, take his advice. He's been there and done that, man. Everyone respects him and that. No one's going to listen to a 22-year-old Mason Mount trying to teach other players about their game. And he's got to work on his game in the first place. So, I think Mason Mount's going to be in the ear of Hakim Ziyech, telling him on how to improve. You know, laugh at him, bro. He needs to work on himself. I don't know many 22-year-olds that are really making players around them better in it. So I don't know.
Mbappe.
Mbappe's generational though.
Mbappe.
What do you mean?
He's making players around him better, no?
Who does he make better?
Neymar.
Man, Neymar makes him better.
Neymar's already world class, bro.
Neymar's one of
Bro,
the
he's
best.
not consistent enough, man.
Neymar's elite.
Man's talking about FIFA ultimate team on here, bro. Relax, bro. It's
And
not
Neymar,
all that.
he's proven on the big stage.
Of course, Neymar's
So is he
world
better than Eden Hazard at Chelsea?
I don't want to cause trouble. I don't want to cause trouble.
For me, no.
So you pick Neymar?
Because for me, all I'm gonna say about Hazard is, he on his day, like sometimes I'm wondering, why doesn't he like want to be the best player in the world? Because I'm like, you've got so much ability, got so much talent, but like he just looks so laid back and comfortable on the pitch. Like he doesn't look bothered. And sometimes that's a good thing and a bad thing, because when everything's going well, you just look so bothered on the pitch, like everything's going well for you. But when you're not, when it's
hair, fam. It's like your hair, fam. It's like your hair.
But when it's not going well, like your questions are going to be asked of you. So that's why I'm like, Neymar he always delivers for his team when they need him the most. So
Hazard
Not
did
Champions
carry
League
us through
final,
that
but
2018
I get what you mean.
season, though. He did carry us through that 2018-19 season, and
no,
Hazard,
I know he did, but like Neymar's just more consistent. He does it on a weekly basis.
I think Neymar is definitely overall better, but I think there was definitely a time when Hazard was better than Neymar, especially in that 2018-19 season. I think it was definitely better than Neymar. And yeah, I
Because
just think
Neymar was just getting fouled all the time.
Neymar can
He was
do
never
what Neymar
Hazard
can
was
do.
getting fouled all the time as well, fam.
Neymar
Yeah,
can do what
Hazard was
Hazard's
fouled,
doing as well,
No, I
with
know,
dribbling.
but like teams
Yeah,
literally target Neymar on a weekly basis.
Bro,
Like,
Hazard had like 3 man on him every single game in the Premier League.
No
Bang,
wonder
yeah.
he's
Yeah,
struggling
watch-
with injuries. He used to have like 5 like slide tackles on him every game, bro.
Yeah.
Like Hazard,
More dribbles than Messi.
the thing that separates Hazard with Neymar is probably that Neymar probably scores like a lot more goals and has a lot better output, and he does what Hazard does in terms of the dribbling and stuff. Maybe not to a high level that Hazard does, but he performs a lot with the goals and assists. And with Hazard, I feel like it's a bit frustrating because with Hazard, I know that he likes to play football for fun or stuff and stuff like that, but I just felt like there was a time in his career where we really could have like been serious for Ballon d'Or and stuff, and been a little bit more selfish at times with his shots and stuff, instead of trying to pass to dead man like Morata and a declining Pedro and Willian and stuff like that. So I think that's what separates Hazard from Neymar, but I think there was definitely a period where Hazard was better than Neymar.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, man. I think the argument even came up back in 2012, 2013 when the first both were rising, innit?
Yeah,
To
when
the biggest name, of course. But I do remember Hazard saying that he's not really bothered about stats and awards and that, man. He's not really.
One thing you got to give to Hazard is his ability to not get tackled, like the way he keeps the ball and stuff, and the way big defenders come up to him, and his like the way he shields the ball and stuff is so good, and it's so underrated because there's so many times that he draws fouls when defenders can take the ball off him, or there's so many times where he gets out tight spaces and then defenders on him. That's something Neymar kind of struggles with at time. Like we saw at the World Cup, someone would touch him and he's going rolling down to my house and now, and I'm like, bro, stay on the pitch, you get me? So yeah, like I get Neymar gets fouled and stuff, but Hazard gets fouled so much. He probably gets fouled way more than Neymar, and he just carries on. So people speaking about he's a flop at Madrid, he spent the last 7 years in England getting consistently fouled by players. And you think what, injuries weren't going to catch up, and you think these fouls weren't going to catch up to him. So the way Hazard keeps the ball as well, that you have to respect it. You have to respect it.
No, for real. At the same time as well, we have to realize that the Chelsea ball didn't really back Hazard with better signings.
Why are they
during
showing
these years all?
now when he's gone? Like
Sorry?
Kai Havertz, like
Yeah. Why now?
benefit from
Timo Werner making runs would have definitely helped him, because I get Timo Werner's not clinical, but the thing Timo Werner has over Morata is he's willing to make runs and stuff, and that would have opened up a lot more space for Hazard to run into or pass to Timo Werner, and maybe they play a 1-2 or something like that. And then he might have had like a Hudson-Odoi on the other side, or a Ziyech or something like that, or a Pulisic on the other side to help him out, and then he would have had a Kai Havertz as well.
And a Tammy.
And people saying he's only performing next to great players. He doesn't perform next to great players. What happened at the World Cup? He had Lukaku, he had De Bruyne, he had Tielemans, he had all them great players, and he was still Belgium's best player. So I think if he got surrounded by good players as well, there would have been a lot more respect on his name. But you see these 12-year-olds and now they only care about the goals and assists, and they think Sterling was better.
Jeez! Yo, he said in shots. Yo, he said in shots.
I'll just say something quick.
Here, go on.
If Hazard had Ronaldo's mentality, we'd be talking about him with players like Messi, like Ronaldinho, like, because for me, because I'm quite young, I'm younger than you and Ads, obviously. You lot have been watching football longer than me. For me, he's the best player I've seen at Chelsea. Like, him alongside Frank Lampard, but I'm talking about Hazard. Technically, he's unreal. You've seen Zola. I've only seen Hazard. But for me, his mentality is just not there if he wants to reach the top. And that's why I feel like Neymar will probably achieve more in his career because of his mentality. That's it.
Well, he moved to Madrid, man. He moved to Madrid. Wasn't that mentality?
Bro, man just enjoys the game, fam. Man just enjoys the game. He's not on this whole like scoring 100 goals. That's why he'll never match what Ronaldo was doing at Real Madrid. He has the I said his ad's high. He ain't got that. Yeah, you're right. He ain't got the mentality to make it to the top, bro. It's just he enjoys the game of football, bro. He enjoys playing it. He's not too concerned about the trophies and individual awards. He just wants to win with his team, bro. He's just not everyone's like that, fam. You just gotta accept that. Not everyone's that type of player. You just gotta you just gotta judge him off his talent, fam. And if you're talking about his talent in the prime of his career, I mean, he was ridiculous, bro. Just look at what he done in that 2018 World Cup, fam. When he played against Neymar, Belgium versus Brazil, he showed him up, fam. So yeah.
Ads, just very quickly, do you think Hazard would have made Tammy a better player today?
Who?
Hazard, do you think he would have made Tammy a better player at Chelsea if he stayed?
Yeah, for sure, fam, for sure.
And do you think Tammy? No, not Tammy would be.
But a lot of strikers he would have made a lot better because of the way he occupies so much space where defenders are drawn to him.
That's not true, bro. That's not true. Michi did F4.
Oh no, Michi was decent, fam.
Huh?
Michi's decent, fam.
Yo, log off.
No, bro. Against Atletico Madrid.
You didn't watch football, G. Them days you didn't watch football, bro. You said it yourself. You didn't watch football them days, G.
Michi was
3 years ago. Michi's decent. I'm telling you. Like, when you need a goal, you can always rely on him. That I'm not.
This is why we don't win trophies because of exceptions like this. Honestly,
no, I'm saying Michi's
game was so poor. It was so poor. Like the guy couldn't hold up play. He couldn't get involved in play. Sometimes he was just goal hanging and that everyone had the ball and he was just goal hanging. You get me? Coming like it was like year 7 at school.
Go. He bigged you up in it. He came to the academy.
I've never met him.
Don't lie to me.
I've never met him.
You got your little pictures.
He lives near you still.
I've never met him.
Who's better, Michi or Tammy?
Respect, or chill out, man.
Huh?
Chill out.
Bro, Michi's international, bro. Belgian international.
Bro, relax. Chill out, man.
Tammy's not better than Ollie Watkins.
Bro. Did you hear what Jamie Redknapp and Roy Keane were going head to head about, bro? International players. Michi Batshuayi, fam.
Bro, you're
chill out, bro. Michi is one of the worst strikers, bro. He's so dead, fam.
Who, Michi?
Michi's not that bad.
Bro, dead. He was bigging him up when he was here, bro. 2017.
Bro, he's dead.
His all-round game is poor.
You were the one gassing him, fam.
And Sadiq, you probably met him, fam.
Sadiq was gassing him back in the day, fam. He used to gas
now, well, listen, let me tell you a little story quickly. innit? Obviously, he nearly scored against Atletico Madrid, innit? The winner. I don't know if you remember when he scored a couple man and he nearly scored last second. I put the video up. He retweeted it. Then I met him after the game. all chatting about it. I was like, yeah, man, retweet the thing anyway. But he was a calm guy. In real life, he's a calm guy, man. He was always active on Twitter. That's why everyone loved him.
Footballers that I get onto are calm guys, and I ain't got a problem with any footballers. Like apart from maybe Luis Suarez in that.
He'll bite you, fam. He'll bite that hair off, G.
Yeah, I can't lie. I'm lucky I trimmed it down a bit, car. He would have been.
Oh, go on, show us.
Nah, my team's a bit nappy at the moment, innit?
Oh, yo, he's no longer William. Who does he look like? Hang on. Walcott with hair.
Massive Theo Walcott, you're violating.
Walcott with hair.
Allow me.
Townsend. He looks like Townsend.
Well, after lockdown.
Yeah, he looks like after lockdown Townsend.
One more time. Show the hair one more time.
It's been
Yeah,
on for
that's
that.
Oh, someone has that hair, bro. Who has that hair, fam?
Nathan
Trying to
Messi.
think. Bro, someone has hair like that, G. And you cut bare of your hair, fam. How come you cut it?
Long story.
Oh, your mom gave you beats.
Yeah,
And
well,
Nah, not even in it.
Cause my mom used to do that as well when I was a kid, G. Trust me, like it's peak.
Bro, you see, for the first 7 years of my life, all I'd get was #1 haircut.
Yeah, you had number 1, I had number 0, fam. I was peak, fam.
I was lucky to have a number at one point, fam. It's peak.
Trust.
But I'm always speaking about Morata or who's better, Morata or Tammy? That's what some.
Tammy. Kind of disrespect is that?
I mean Mishi. Sorry. I said Morata or Mishi. Sorry.
Oh,
How did I say Tammy?
I don't know, man. Obviously, Carl will say Morata, which is expected.
yeah, Marassa.
Mishi definitely had better finishing, but Morata looked like he couldn't be bothered at times. He looked like he was there.
Obviously, Morata's better than Mitchie. Mitchie's so dead, fam.
You know what? Morata is a decent player, but he just had bare personal issues, fam. Like, it was peak. He just gave up. It was peak. Like, the guy scored a hat-trick against Stoke, fam. Everyone's gassing that he's going to be the next big thing. Man scored an amazing header against United. It was a bad boy header as well, don't get it wrong. But, boy, how a career just falls off like that, that's why he shouldn't get gassed.
He was decent. He's decent at Juventus now, is he not? And then he was
Yeah.
decent before he joined us as well. Mishi was just had decent finishing, and that was it.
Bro, if everyone's saying decent finishing, then when he was coming on for Chelsea last season, his finishing was dead, fam. Straight at the goalkeeper, fam. I remember when against Ajax.
Man United game. Shocking. Oh, yeah.
On a level.
You see, the thing with Mishi is, I went to one of the games. What was it? Chelsea video. What was it? Some pointless like Europa League or Champions League game, innit? And I was there, and this guy had no football IQ whatsoever. Like, who was it? I think William or Pedro was on the ball. And then this guy was making the most stupidest runs I've ever seen in my life. Like, the guy would either not make a run or he'd be a million miles offside. And it's frustrating to watch him in it. He'll get goals, but he's not.
As used to rate him, fam. As used to go after the game, run after his whip, take pictures of him. Mitchie.
Huh? Man said I was ducking down whips, son. What are you talking about,
Fam, I swear you got a picture of him.
Yeah, I got a picture. I think, actually, I did get a picture of him. But
You put it as your wallpaper and you put it on your Twitter DP that time.
I was Hudson Odoi.
No, before you made his
I
name.
met them on the same day, bro.
See, I told you, lot, man. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna end at you lot. It's nearly an hour. I don't know when I'm gonna do Liverpool preview. Probably on Wednesday. Ads, are you free on Wednesday?
Yeah.
What time?
Anytime, really.
No, you say that, then you're telling me, after 6.
I don't know if I'm shout me on Tuesday. Shout me tomorrow. I'll let you know.
Ryan, you free or are you busy, bro, with family and that, man? You can just be like, send me a link.
Wednesday. I'll message you. I'll DM you in it, cause I don't want to make promises, cause like random family motives come out of nowhere, fam. Randy Orton,
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I hear that. Man, Carlton Banks, what are you telling me? You're free?
Yeah, I'm free, bro.
No, I can't let you say Hakim Ziyech starts, man, because you got it right, fam. I don't want people to get their predictions right. You know what I'm saying?
Say Havertz and Werner starts for.
King Kai. Yeah, I'm free Wednesday.
I'll shout you lot soon, man. Everyone that's tuned in, like the video. Let us know your early predictions for the Liverpool game. Subscribe and tune in tomorrow, and we'll see you guys soon, man. Like the video, man. Peace. 1 hour.